now my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's comedian. Please welcome my favorite comic, my brother, Kevin Burrell.
All right, man. Thank you, Vicky. Thanks, everybody. It's so good to be here. I want to thank each of you, except for S.J. Sharkey, who was booing my entrance, but everybody else did great. Thank you very much. I know it's Saturday night, and you probably had nothing else to do, so I'm really glad you took the time to do this. So, quarantine. I don't know how your quarantine's going, but for me, I'm noticing the same woman and the same two kids are in my house a lot. Like sometimes I go days without leaving. I just want to tell you, I have no jokes about that. Because this show's being recorded. I want to tell you how I enjoy them and the extra quality time we're getting to spend together. But yeah, we all have to do things differently now with quarantine. My wife agreed to start cutting my hair for the first time, and so I scheduled that haircut specifically for tonight's show. So my first haircut with her will be tomorrow. And I went ahead and booked couples therapy for Monday. I just want to be proactive. If next time you see me, I'm completely bald, well, it didn't go as well as we were hoping. So anyways, but that is happening tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. But it's crazy, some of the stuff I'm hearing. I saw a report a couple weeks ago, Major League Baseball wants to get the season going. They're like, hey, we got to try to be creative with this. And they proposed that they do the entire season in Arizona. And my first thought was, well, what are they thinking? We need baseball. Let's just sacrifice one state. How about Arizona? Really, is there anybody in Arizona we care about?
No. I'll give it up.
It's tough with that because the things are different now. Last week, I ordered a microphone. Sharky, I can mute your. He's like, what? You came here to heckle. Okay. Where was I? I am wearing pajama pants, okay? I got dressed for the show.
This is reality.
All right. I lost my train of thought. I don't know how that happened. Sharky's all cheering for that.
Arizona.
Like, that's what I do for a living. Okay.
Arizona.
Anyways, so I ordered a mic last weekend specifically for the show tonight, okay? And I ordered on Amazon Prime, and I look at it, and it's set to deliver at my house May 2nd. I'm like, Amazon, what is this, 2017? Anyway, so Prime service is not what it was. We have one little worldwide pandemic, and Amazon just can't handle it. So, again, it's fun to have everybody here. I know when I actually go to a comedy show in real life, the first thing my wife tells me is, do not sit in the front row. I do not want the comedian to pick on us. I think that's hilarious if the comedian picks on us, but she's like, no, don't sit in the front row. Don't sit anywhere close. Make sure you don't talk, Kevin. Don't say anything. I don't want the guy to say anything about us. Just be quiet, laugh at the show. Well, news for you tonight. You are the front row. That includes, let's see, who should we start with? Deb and JC and El Gro, how are you?
We're fine. How are you?
Great. You guys come here often?
Regulars, yeah.
She's like, to the living room? Yes, we're at the living room often. What other couples do it? C&A in Tennessee. This first date?
Yes.
You guys come together, you just happen to have seats near each other.
We're a couple.
Any single people out there? No. They're like soon to be single. Allison and Boz, is it?
As
Baz. You guys are where?
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney. And you actually are a couple.
Yeah.
Okay. You're like, we don't want, we're thinking by the end of the show we might not be, so we raised our hand just in case. I saw the preemptive, okay? So you're in Sydney right now. What time is it?
It's 1:15 p.m.
1 p.m. Wow, it's good. I'm glad you're here because I know a lot about Australia because I played Risk growing up. So I'm pretty good on the Australian geography. I know it's broken up into 4 regions: Western Australia, Eastern Australia, Indonesia, and New Guinea. Those of you that didn't play Risk are like, I don't understand that.
I
joke.
did.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a board game.
Yeah,
But you guys, let me ask you a question though, while we have you here, because my mother-in-law just got back from a trip to Australia, and she told me this. She's like, "Oh, the people in Australia were wonderful, but hold on, let me finish my question here. Hold on. But the people in New Zealand were much better. They were much nicer, and I just want to know if you guys agree with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
New Zealand's like our Canada.
Oh.
About what?
Yeah.
Oh.
New Zealand's like Canada?
Yeah, but I'm from England, and everyone here is much nicer than they are in England. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we basically are ranking our countries now. Who else is out of country right now? The United States. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm good. I'm New Zealand. I'm a nice person.
We basically said New Zealand is as nice as Canada. You're like the standard. You're like the bar for us. So thank you for that. Yeah, Jennifer, thanks for being here, coming all the way to your bedroom to be here, and we appreciate it. So it's good you can help us out now, though, because we know, and I say we, like most people in the United States, we pretty much know nothing about Canada. I know you're on the West Coast. I know if we go far enough east, they start speaking French. Other than that, we're a little fuzzy. So teach us some things. How about this? How many provinces are there in Canada?
Oh my God. I think I think there's 12, but I might be wrong.
Jen, your answer represents everyone from Canada. So I think your answer is correct.
Nice, but not that smart.
Okay, all right. How many, this next question, also you represent everyone from Canada. I'm just gonna assume your answer is the mean of the entire Canadian population. So how many US states could you name?
Could I name?
Yeah, just about.
I would guess like over a dozen.
Okay, all right. Well, we can name 2 provinces, and by we I mean me. So anyway, so yeah, so okay, okay. Well, anyways, well, thanks for being here from Canada. John from Thousand Oaks, you lost your date? Ah, she's here. Okay, just had to turn the camera. Okay, John, I got a personal question for you.
Sure.
Do you have any nicknames?
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
One of the more popular ones these days is Mr. Pickles.
Mr. Pickles.
Okay.
No further questions. Anyways, all right. Well, hey, good. It is fun to see people from all over the world here. This is crazy. So Sharky looks like he is muted, staying in mask and in full heckle mode. So anyways, we'll keep him around, I guess. One time I was at a game with my son, and Sharky showed up and ate my son's head and gave us gifts. So I have a little grace for him tonight because of such a fond memory he gave us that day. So I noticed Vicky was talking about people that came to Sharky. I just gave you props and you're booing me.
Wow.
He gets confused.
It's confused.
We love Sharky.
All right. Okay, I turned that guy's video off. Okay. Anyways. Where was I? I know Vicki mentioned some of you have come out for a show before. I was thinking back to all of my other past comedy shows I've done, and that was a fun Saturday. I was wondering if anybody that was here at the first show had a joke request. A joke request. I'll take a joke request. Amy, go ahead. Amy did not have a joke request. She was just waving
More
to us.
about trail mix.
All right. So
Going
this
to
one
Target.
time I was
Going to Target.
going to Target with my son. Amy's like, I've heard this joke a million times or once, but I remember. I'm going to Target with my son. He's was about 10 years old. I was like, hey kid, can you pass the trail mix? He reaches over, hands me the trail mix, and have some. I pass it back to him. And then a couple minutes later, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And I was like, hey, Josh, can you pass the trail mix? And he's like, oh, why do I have to pass the trail mix? When Alyssa was in the front seat, you never made her pass the trail mix. And I was like, really, kid? I'm like, this is an issue. You can't just pass it over. I eat some trail mix. I'm like, how's that gonna sound when you get back to school when all this is over? You're gonna go see your friends at recess, and your buddy's gonna be like, oh man, over break it was awful. My dad made me mow the lawn twice a week. And your other buddy's like, oh yeah? Well, my dad made me do the dishes twice a day, and then I had to take out the trash. Everybody's like, oh yeah? My dad made me paint the entire exterior of the house with just a paintbrush and a roller. And then you're like, oh yeah? One time we were going to Target. My dad asked me to pass the trail mix twice. All right. Okay, anybody else have one?
The umbrella.
Patio umbrella.
The patio umbrella. Okay, my wife, who's present, and she just loves it when I talk about her. That was sarcastic. She's not particularly good at parting with items that we may need in the future, or like we have some clothes in the garage that we may need to give to someone, or maybe that person hasn't been born yet, but if they are born, we might have to give them to them, so we're waiting for them to be born, so we have to keep them. We can't get rid of them yet, so items like that. And we had this patio umbrella that we moved from our last house, and I didn't want to move it in the first place. We threw it in the side yard at this house, and in the first 3 years of being here, she never once asked to set up that patio umbrella. She also has not asked to set it up in the last 3 years since I gave it away on Craigslist for free. Never came up. So, all right. So let me see what I got another question for you guys. Have you guys ever had a situation in life where you took the high road and then later were like upset that you took the high road and wish you could go back in time and redo the scene and make a big deal about it for no good reason except to make a point?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like 4 of you. That was wasn't expecting that. I thought I was the only one. After the show,
You mean
we're gonna
like
have
beat the person's ass or something?
after the show tonight. We're gonna have anger management classes for you guys, and I saw who you were. Some of you like Heather was down there like, yep, many times. I must say go back. Yes, let it go, guys, let it go. So anyway, so this next one, I gotta tell you the story, but I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. You guys thought it was stand-up comedy, but it's been sit-down comedy so far. All right, let's see if I can get the screen. Oh, hold on, I'll move it adjusted so I can.
Cameraman.
Because I gotta be able to tell the story when I'm standing for this because this happened in a situation. So I was at Buckhorn Grill in downtown Sacramento, and I was eating there, and went to use the bathroom before the show. And this is how the story actually happened. So I'm waiting outside the bathroom door. The person finally comes out. I start to step in, and a guy and his kid bust in front of me. And he's like, excuse me, we were actually waiting over there because there's some congested here. And they bust in front of me and use the bathroom. And now I'm standing outside waiting for them, angry. And then I'm thinking about all the things I could have said to them. And they came out, and then I used the bathroom, and I went on with my life. This is 8 years ago. Now, I'm going to tell you how I would have liked the story to have happened. About 8 years ago, I went to Buckhorn Grill. And I went to use the bathroom after I ordered my meal. And I waited outside. And a guy opened the door as he was coming out of the bathroom. I started to go in. And just as I was going in, a guy and his kid busted in front of me. And I stepped in the bathroom. And I was like, no, that's not how it works. Like, I'm next in line. And he said, well, we were waiting over there by the table over there. I'm like, I didn't know that. You never mentioned that to me. I've been standing out here for 2 minutes. You can back up. He's like, well, my son, I can see your son is about to piss his pants. You can both back out, come outside, and wait for me. And when the doors close, you can think about what you might say next time you see someone in line waiting. And you gotta say, hey, by the way, we were waiting over here. Thank you guys for letting me say that. I mean, really,
Have you been waiting 8 years to say
that was
that?
probably more for me than for you. I feel like I'm finally ready to let that go now. All right.
So when's the anger management class?
Yeah, that will say it for anger management class. All right, tonight I'm going to close with this with a story about my daughter, and this is from back when Steph and I were before we were married, when we were dating, and she was living in Elk Grove and I was living in Sacramento. So the kids were about 4 and 6. And on the nights that we had the kids, I always stayed at my place, she stayed at her place. And then if we didn't have the kids, maybe we would switch houses. But on this particular night, we got home kind of late. We had the kids, put them to bed, and Steph's just like, you know, why don't you just stay tonight? So the next morning, Alyssa, 6 years old, comes into the room, and I'm barely awake. She comes in the room, gets on her mom's side, sees me in bed with mom, and I got my glasses and I put them on. I look over her, and she's like, Kevin, you wear glasses? All right, that's all I got for tonight.